Hi everybody, if you're here to find out more about what you can expect during the new moon, which is coming tomorrow, Monday the 4th, I think? Actually it might be the 3rd. Anyway, it's coming on Monday. And if you're wondering what to expect for yourself for the new moon, I'm going to draw a card for every sign, give you guys some insight on what is coming up so that you can be prepared to either change direction or stay on the course that you're on. Welcome. My name is Seth. I'm on Comingouttarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. But while we're here, we're talking about this new moon stuff. So if this is interesting to you, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button because it lets me know it's helpful. And if you haven't subscribed already and you're watching this on the replay, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can keep track of each other. Hello, folks who are joining for new moon. New moon's coming in tomorrow. Wave and say hi. Just getting these cards in the right order. Just checked in on the Super Bowl. Hey, Al. Saw that it's 0-0. Still in the first quarter. Al's here to find out what is going on with those crazy Geminis. Because they're crazy. Just saying. Crazy Geminis. Ooh, all right. Using my my trusty handle deck today. What I'm seeing already is lots of bodies involved during this new moon. We've got several court cards in here, different levels of experience, and they're going to interact with each other actually, they're not going to interact with each other very much at all. There's a lot of independence in these people. So as we get individually into each sign, what I think will be important to keep in mind is that during the course of this new moon, the message that I'm giving you with the card that corresponds to your sign is impacted by, or you will be impacting, the people that are around you in a way that is just a little bit stronger than normal. So I would pay attention to who's around you, why they're around you, and how it might relate to the message that you get for your particular sun sign. So if you haven't been in before and you're not quite sure how this works, what I'm going to do for the new moon is walk through a card for each sign and just share with you the energy, the insights, the concepts of what could be expected during the course of this new moon energy. Yes, Geminis are quite totally wacky. I'm just going to rearrange your words. My brother's a Gemini. I have several Geminis in my life, and they're quite the experience. They keep me on my toes, Geminis. They really do. All right. We're going to start with Aries. Aries, here's our first card. This is the 9 of Cups. I'm going to shut this door real quick because I can hear my husband's noise downstairs. I have to ignore the sweatpants. Okay, Aries, this 9 of Cups, everything sitting pretty for you in the 9 of Cups, feels good, everything's kind of just feels like it's in the right place, like you're taking the right movement, the right action, and you're almost ready to turn a corner into whatever the next thing is. In fact, you may want to reach out to some Tauruses who are already in that space. So if you know some Tauruses, they're already moving into shifting into whatever their next transition is. So they're a good resource for you. And as you're thinking about the people who are surrounding you and how they might be either looking towards the future, helping to create the future, or just kind of in awe of the present, then Tauruses can help you in that future state. The fact that you are where you are is of your own doing and your own work, but it always takes somebody to help us get there. So I'd be curious to know, how do these other people that are surrounding you help you and support you, and how do you see them as your tribe that helps you move forward, not only to the space you are now, but where you're headed next. And Tauruses will be, I think, a good example. So if you don't have a ton of Taurus friends, or you don't have any Taurus friends, then you may want to explore, there may be Tauruses rising or Taurus moons out there that have something for you too. All right, Aries, there you go. I hope that's helpful. Taurus, let's move on to you. I'm a Taurus, so this will be a quick reading for me too. This is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is always one of those cards that you're never quite sure if it's going to be in this space of like challenge or frustration, or how people have been treating you. Taurus, 10 of Swords is ultimately your opportunity right now to stop doing the things that no longer serve you, to like shut them down. There's no in between. There's no love lost for the things that are no longer moving you forward, and now is a great time to stop it and move on. If someone like a Gemini is reaching out to you and saying, how do I get to where you are? Give them the things that were useful that no longer serve you. Say, here's where I was. I'm not there anymore. Maybe this can help you. Here's where I'm going. This is what I'm about to do next. Maybe that can help you too. So reach back, help a little bit, but where you're headed towards is how do I describe this? It's a bit of hermitness, and yet it is active hermitness. This is what it is. You need to be an active hermit, Taurus. As you turn this cycle of shutting off the things you no longer need, the active hermitness of like pulling yourself back and going, okay, what did I learn? Why did I learn it? What am I about to do with all of that? And how do I what is the stuff I need to let go of? What do I need to hang on to, and where am I going? So it's active hermitness, spending time with yourself, making the best choices you can, and making some strong decisions. What you will find is that there's some residual stuff that just kind of falls away. The things that you cut off purposefully, and then there would be some little things you're like, oh, I didn't realize that I was also getting rid of that, but you are, Blanche, you are. So it's going, and that's okay. You'll find those things later. I don't think that you'll find them painful. It's more of a, oh yeah, I didn't need that, and that had to fall away, and that's okay. It's just the way things are. All right, moving on to Gemini. Gemini and Aries surrounding Taurus. We've got both of these 9s surrounding Taurus. However, Gemini, during this new moon, this is life lesson time for you. You're actually in that hermit space. You're already there. And for me, the opportunity is to sink into the hermit space, but sink into it and what I mean by that is kind of like what I was saying about Taurus. What do you need to learn? What do you need to review? But this is more spiritual for you, Gemini. And it's more about how you're affecting the lives of others, where Taurus is taking a step back and thinking about where they want their life to be and what they need to end and begin. Gemini, you're in a state of really connecting with this new moon energy, with this rebirth, and this really strong direct energy of the moon, which is, for me, when I'm most intuitive, which is different than a full moon, because for me, the full moon is a reflection of the sun. The new moon is the truest energy coming from the moon itself. So Gemini, this is an intense psychic time for you, and stepping back, thinking about how you utilize that energy. Hey, Earth Angel, how you want to utilize that energy and what it means for you to prepare yourself for what can come next can be a very powerful thing. What you might find is there's more under the surface than you thought there was, and you might find that you're being handed gifts you didn't expect. And by that, I don't mean like physical gifts. I mean psychic gifts. There may be messages passed on. There may be new opportunities for how to utilize skills you didn't know you had. It's kind of like learning you're a medium, or you're clairsentient or clairaudient. Like, during this hermit time, you're probably going to find that there's more that you have that you didn't realize. And then you can start to learn about it and capitalize on it. All right. This is an amazing time, Gemini. This is kind of cool. And for the rest of us who have to deal with the the ways that Geminis approach the world, which is sometimes confusing for us, this is going to be a real solitary time for you, Gemini, and it's going to feel like you are in two different places. Like you've got your face to the world and you've got your I'm working on myself face, and that's totally fine. It's going to be interesting instead of feeling like you're working in two different ways this way, you're working in two different ways like this. I don't know how else to describe that. It's like forward facing and not. All right, moving on to Cancer. This is my dad's sign. A few other friends of mine. Cancer, this is Isis. This is the daughter of swords. Cancer, what's interesting to me here is that you and Taurus are both in this swords place. While Taurus is making some strong decisions about what to move forward on and what to let go of, you're rushing into the care of others. You're moving really quickly into hearing what people need and taking action on it. The superpower that you have during this new moon is to take in information, assess, and take action. And that's pretty intense. Not a lot of Cancers move that quickly, at least in my experience. So this is an interesting time for you, Cancer. You're in a state of information processing and action-oriented focus, and it moves really, really fast. So Cancer, this may be an uncomfortable time for you, but it also could be something that you can lean into and call on when you need it. So it'll be interesting, I think, during the course of this new moon energy to be aware of how quickly you can scuttle from one side to the other. However, you're moving forward, so it's going to feel like you're probably moving a little dangerously, and that's okay. It's totally okay. Lean into it. In fact, you're probably doing some other people a big favor. All right. Moving on to Leo. Leo. I've got the Four of Cups, Leo. This is probably going to be some tough new moon energy for you. The spotlight isn't what you want it to be. The acknowledgements aren't what you want them to be. You're probably being acknowledged for something that you didn't really care to be acknowledged for, and so you're like, oh, well, so what? And but what's cool for me here during this time is that if you play your cards right, you might learn something about how people or what people appreciate about you, which is unexpected and unknown. So you're being offered something, and the more you're aware of it, the more opportunity exists for you in the world of being recognized for everything that you do. Right now, I think it's gonna be you're gonna want, your heart is gonna, like, everything you feel is gonna get to your head, and it's gonna get all jumbled, and you're gonna frustrate yourself and get in this challenging space about why things aren't working out the way you want. Instead, they're working out this way, and why can't it happen the way I want? Awesome, Al. But it's okay. These things these things, Leo, are good, useful, important things. Are you willing to accept them or not? And if you can get the like bit of venom out of your head and allow yourself to feel thankful for what you're receiving, then I think you'll have a smoother new moon. All right, Virgo. This is my mom. My mom's a Virgo, leaning into Libra. She's kind of cuspy. But this is the old man. This is the father of stones. Virgo, I love that there's an earth card here for you. It just means you're going to settle into your old manness and the things that you want the way you want them. What's positive here, though, is that it is the power of the relationships that you've built, especially those that you would call family, whether it's chosen family or blood family. Those relationships are going to be giving you all the support and care you need. And for those of you that are Virgos that do have like nieces, nephews, children, cousins that are like younger than you, anything that might feel like younger siblings, they're going to be there. Younger kids, somebody that you would have cared for in some way, they're going to feel like they're supporting you, and especially someone that you would call your partner. So a husband, boyfriend, partner, whatever, that person is going to be directly supporting you during this time, Virgo. So you can kind of sit back a little bit, relax a little, let the intensity of what you need to accomplish not be as intense, and know that everything you've done up until now is playing out, and it's playing out that you want it to play out. All you got to do is let that stuff work in the background, because there's people here supporting you to get you through. All right, Libra, moving on to the 8 of Cups. Libra, everything's just a little bit off. Choices that you made are moving into a space of things just don't feel right. Things just don't feel good. They're uncomfortable. You're not being given the emotional support that you need, and more than likely, someone who is probably they're younger than you, but it's the way they're sharing information, the way they're giving information is throwing you off your game. So, Libra, you're gonna feel off balance during this whole new moon energy, and it's not gonna be fun. Kind of like Leo, maybe it's anyone with an L. Kind of like Leo, you're not gonna feel great. What you may find is that there's this kind of abyss of, I don't understand this thing, I don't know who I'm meant to be or where I'm going, and it's really gonna be uncomfortable. Especially for you, Libra, because Libras, in my opinion, always seem to know what the right thing is to do. They've got the choices they may need to weigh, but they're always, if they're not in the middle, they choose a side. Libras seem to always know what to do next, and this is a time of not knowing, and that's going to be uncomfortable. All right, we're moving on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, got the 4 of Stones, Scorpio. This is money. This is a money thing. I'm surprised sometimes these stones don't often come up as money for me, but this one really is. You're going to want to keep your mind on your money, Scorpio. You're going to literally feel like emotionally, you're going to feel upset about where your money is. You're going to be thinking you need to take some action, and you're probably not going to, it's probably going to be like a little depressing. There's going to be some challenges around your money, and it's going to cause you to want to hoard it, to hold on to it, to save it. I would encourage you to not let your money slip through your fingers. If there's things that you can do to maintain your bank account balance or manage your checkbook in a way. Do people still manage checkbooks? I don't know who does that anymore. Teresa Reed does that. She loves her checkbook. This random weird fact I know about the tarot lady and her checkbook. I probably heard it on a podcast somewhere. So Scorpio, yeah, you're going to want to be smart about your money, get real tight on it, know where it is, don't let it slip through your fingers, no extra special crazy spending, only the necessities during the new moon starting tomorrow. Okay, Sagittarius, good friend of mine is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is the Son of Cups. This is Parzival. It is time for you to be in love. We haven't even hit Valentine's Day yet, but it's kicking in already. This is your time. I mean, I just think you're feeling it and you're kind of enjoying it. So lean into it. Let that love be there. Let the awe of love be there. Let the awareness of love be there. Enjoy it. Have fun. You'll probably notice that you also have a figure around you. Remember I was saying earlier, if you watched this earlier, there was a lot of people around everyone this new moon. And for you, there are parental figures that are around you. Someone whom you might recognize as parental figures. Doesn't necessarily need to be your actual mother and father, but for those of you who are in a house, it could be your drag mother. For those of you that that have your own chosen family, it could be someone who is acting as that mother or father figure. Or for those of you who haven't had that kind of support, you may find that there is an older person that you've attached yourself to that has the qualities of mothering or fathering, and you're finding that they're a part of your life more so right now. So be open to that love as well. It's not just, I've got hair in the weirdest places right now. It's not just romantic awareness and love. There is familial love going on here as well. And that's part of your new moon energy. Lean into that. All right, Capricorn. This is the Mother of Wands. This is Kali. Capricorn. This is good old sexy fun time for you, Capricorn. I'm not sure how you feel about sex, Capricorn, but now's the time. It's the right time. You're feeling sexy, your clothes feel good, you feel like you look good. If you don't feel like you look good, now's the time to pamper yourself a little bit. Go out and, have your nails done, get your hair done, get a fresh, clean shave, whatever it is you need to do. Go hang out at, Express or Sears or wherever it is you go buy. Wherever it is you go buy your clothes. Target, Get a good sale, find something that makes you feel good, take it to a tailor and have it cleaned up so it looks good on you. This is just a good, sexy new moon energy. So I would have fun with it if I were you, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. I'm fascinated by the Aquarius sign, by the way. It's always interesting to me. It's equally interesting and frustrating. So Aquarius, for your new moon energy, this is White Buffalo Woman or the Daughter of Stones. Aquarius, you are surrounded by, or at least you've been you've been recently affected by people that just rub you the wrong way and people that rub you the right way. So that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's just been off. There are people around you that are just driving you nuts, and it comes off of this time where you're like, yes, I'm surrounded by people I love and care about, and now there's these people that are they're telling me what to do and how to do it and everything that they think I need to do, and I don't want to do things that way. God, Aquarius, this is like an intense thing for you right now. I just realized I was ready to shout and I held that back. So Aquarius, you're probably in a very, very frustrated space right now, especially with all the people that are around you. The way you communicate is going to be paramount. So be effective in your communication, be thoughtful about it, because when you communicate effectively, you start to receive what you need and what you want instead of just pissing everybody else off and not getting anything that you want, which is going to frustrate you even more. So Aquarius, you've got some effort to put in during this new moon, even though it feels like everybody's just driving you freaking crazy. Sorry about it, but you can handle it. If anybody can turn this around, it's you. All right, Pisces. Three of Swords for you, Pisces. This new moon may not be a great time for you, Pisces. This may be a time where you suffer some emotional challenges. It may be where you are reminiscing about those who have passed and mourning them. For example, my husband and I recently had to put one of our ferrets down. We rescue ferrets, and we had to put him down. And over the last several days, I keep thinking like I see him, or something doesn't happen that he used to do that was a pattern. And I'm mourning him in those ways, but it's all in my head. Like I think I saw him, or I'm remembering things that he did. You might be going through this similar kind of experience during this new moon time, where you're reminiscing about those that have passed on before, and it's just probably a little bit, probably is a little emotional. So what you may want to find is the love of those people that have passed. More than likely, you could sit down and think about who they are, what they brought to your life, and how they changed it for the better. And if you could do that, it's going to be so much stronger than wallowing in the mourning of the fact that they're no longer here. So Pisces, no spiraling. Take it to a place of love and how your life has been changed for the better because of who you knew. Because I knew you. There's your Wicked reference for the day. All right, everybody. I hope this is helpful. I hope it gets you ready for this new moon energy that starts tomorrow about 3-ish Central Time, a little bit after 3. If these are directions that you don't want to have happen, you can take action now to start moving them so that things go in the way that you'd like it to go. If they are giving you direction that you'd like to take some more action and keep it on track, keep headed that way so that you can keep all of these outcomes on call for you, so you're ready. All right, everybody. I will be back on tomorrow morning about just a little after 6 Central, where you can get your coming out forecast. If you haven't already seen the February sun sign readings, where you get information on your body, your money, and your relationships, your health, wealth, and relationships, you can find those in the February health, wealth, and relationships playlist. You can also find it over on Comingouttarot.com. And if you're interested in having your own reading with me, you can get those scheduled over at Comingouttarot.com/shop. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend and a safe new moon. See you later.